Hello, welcome to As We Descend. This video is made before the release, so it might get a patch before the release, but I just have to say it's a great game. It mixes a roguelike with city survival elements mixed with just turn-based combat. So the basic idea is that you have to survive, and to survive you need to protect the city, so that means you need to hire some units to do the turn-based combat. And then between the combat you have to loot items, manage some stats for the city, and use your cards how you like. So basically, I used up all of my cards for this round. I'll also do a let's play, but this is just to demonstrate how the city works. So the more you play, the more stuff you unlock. And the more stuff you unlock, the better you understand how to use them, because this is also very strange. As you can see, you can have random encounters, you can have question marks, you can buy some items with your gold. This is basically gold or money. Favor, you can mostly use it in combat. Force field, you have to protect your gate lanterns, and you have four of them, and if you have more shield, I guess the attacks can happen in any part of the city. You can also rotate it, and the city goes deeper as you play more of the game. As for your units, well, it depends on what you choose, but mostly you have melee and ranged. And sadly, some of the melee units are super hard to use, and it also depends on what cards they get, because they start with a few cards, and then the more you play, the more random cards you can get for them. You have a choice, but again, it's a bit more complex than that. You can also switch to the next cycle, and everyone gets 5 health. So your units don't start any fight with full health. They're actually, you have to preserve their health, which is the interesting part. And the cards you have will be for combat, but you also have some lantern cards, which are basically general cards you can use in combat, which might annoy you to no end, because sometimes you'll get a very bad hand. So let's do the expedition, which just means you choose what to get. Let's get another reactor rod. That's for 3 units, and after the fight is done you can scavenge. So this is basically a scavenge or just get supplies. Terrible tremors. They're actually quite strong, so if you don't use all of the unit slots, for example the battle deck, well, this is the annoying part of the game, so let me explain this very simply. You put, let's say, 1 unit here, your hand gets all of the cards from the unit. So these are your basic cards, and I also got a few other ones. Sadly, as you can see, some of these cards will use favor. You don't want to use favor a lot, because then you'll be out of it. And then all of the cards of the unit get added over here. And these are frontline units, and these are support units. You have the support line and then the guard line. I guess I'll just try and use more ranged units. By the way, the lancers are super hard and annoying to use, so some of the troops you get might need additional cards to make them work. That's why some of these units will feel very bad and some of them will feel very good. For example, the Arbalists and the Guards, the Vanguard, are very easy to use, but the more advanced the unit, the harder it is to use. Like the Lancer is annoying, the Bombardier is also annoying. I just like it how they come over here to defend the Lantern. And reposition. The Knights will go in front. As you can see, they're not full HP. You can also get consumables like a bandage to heal them in combat, but once you use it, it's gone, and that's why it's very important to have money and some other stuff. All of them will attack, that's horrible. Guess we need to check off the light, but they'll still take a lot of damage, so this means I need to... Yeah, they basically have a stagger bar, which means you can stun them and health, so we need to kill them. But if you cannot kill them, try and stagger them. All of them will attack, which will be very bad. And I guess we need to move the cannons in front, sadly. And every turn they will also attack, so some units will attack from the back line, some units will attack from the front line. And as you put more cards and more units in your deck, as you can see, sometimes you just don't have a solution or something you can do. Wow, the cannoneers are in super rough shape. Well, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. Guard break. I might lose the fight over here because these units are super strong compared to what I had. But I guess it'll be okay because then I can restart the game so we can see how it is. I mean, you do need to play this game a lot to understand what's happening, and you also need a much smaller hand. They attack 2 times, but yeah, I just kind of got unlucky. Well, I guess someone will die. Huh, okay. And the third. We stagger them. I guess it's a bad idea to have so many cards in your hand. For obvious reasons like this. Now I guess we can just... Empower gives a unique effect to every unit. Or to any unit. For these guys, it's more attacks on the auto attack. For these guys, it's more damage based on armor. The single use item as well. And no attacks. There's also a boss phase. Oh, now it gives me the cards I needed in the beginning of the game. I guess you have to use the disruption wave to stagger an enemy at least. So the idea is you have to have some lantern cards and some unit cards as well, but in this case I didn't really have much of a choice. While volley is great, let's use it. While they stagger, they take extra damage of the light. Okay. Percept. So I guess I need to play more with the Vanguard, to be honest, because they have much better cards. And only use the advanced units once I have cards for them that are great. That will not kill them. Calling them will not help me. I guess they're already empowered, so it doesn't matter. So reposition. Yeah. They cannot attack from that position. Provoke. We're out of favor. That's why favor is so important to gain. Between the combats you need to gain a lot of favor to be able to use your better abilities over here, as you can see. There's not much you can do but defend. And they also try to attack the lantern, so if the lantern is destroyed, you lose. But I guess you might lose only the lantern. I haven't really lost any fights yet, but this is ridiculous how hard it got. Armor advanced, intervene. I guess now I know I have to be more careful with the cards I choose. It's staggered. That's the whole point. Oh wow, that was a lot of damage we did in the... Yeah, I guess this would be a problem, so I need to get more attacks and less utility stuff. They're super buffed. Yeah, we can call this a victory, and after that you have Scavengers and you can get some items. It's your choice. You always get the thing you came to look for. Favor. We failed to get that one. This is, by the way, them going into a little cliff area. The knights have 2 HP. And these guys are dead. I wonder what happens to them. Can you get rid of them, or do you just keep the dead icon? I don't know. Okay, so let's repair more of this stuff, which will have us gain more barrier. But to be honest, I don't know what the point of the barrier is. Probably for the boss fights, because it never seems like you lose the barrier before you lose your units. Let's do another expedition, because I mostly... Oh wow, our battle. No thank you, we're at the limit already. Let's do this one. And this time I'll use my basic units, because they're easier to understand and plus they're a bit stronger in a way. We'll use the Arbalest, the Vanguard, and also the Lancers. Yeah, it's probably going to be a much better idea to use some of the other stuff, like the Lantern stuff, but again, it's very hard to get a good deck. Let's move them to the front. Sometimes they'll attack from the first turn, which is a bit annoying, but what can we do? Option wave would be nice. The guards are so strong. We go to the front line. I'll volley or disruption wave. No, disruption wave first. This will do a lot of damage. Okay, both enemies are staggered. Wait. Kill slam, apply dizzy. One health left. Also need burning damage on that enemy. Surely this will be destroyed. Flash attack. Also says where you'll get hit. Oh, everyone will get hit. That's annoying. I guess this is where you would need to stun lock them. Oh, poor Lantern. I guess you can use this back to back. Again, some armor. The Lancers, I find them very hard to use just because they can be hard. They can have some annoying cards where they attack and then they go to the back line. That's why I haven't used them a lot. They're poisoned. That's bad. Staggered, flanking strike, yes. It's dizzy. They're still losing health, sadly. So it's kind of a hard game, and that's why I wanted to start with the turn-based combat first of all. I guess we can try and empower them. They'll be dead anyway. Wow. Boost lands. Now you give me the good stuff. So they're more like a explosive damage unit, and then they just stop working. Wow, this is getting really hard. Horrible fight, was it not? Get some money. And I guess this is the big part. I guess I needed more Lantern combat cards. Oh wow, that's a lot of favor. 12 damage and 12 stagger, but that's a lot of damage. The gift of light. Oh, interesting. This barrier. Okay, so now I see what my mistake was. I guess I should have been more careful with my lantern stuff. The dream fruit. It can give a card, or it can restore a unit to max health. I mean, it can remove a card, so technically I would need to remove a lot of the Lancer cards, and then they can be really useful. Can I heal someone, bring someone back from the dead? No, I can only heal a unit, okay? Interesting. Let's go to the next cycle so you can better understand what comes next. I guess they heal, but they're dead, so it doesn't matter. We get a lot of new combat units, to be honest. Or I guess you can revive them like this before an attack. Let's never explain how you resurrect a unit. Thatches are dead, those are dead. 10-ton barrage. And now you have the envoys, so between the combats you'll also have this special event. Also, you have investigators, you get 2 envoys in the beginning and then you can get other agents. And as you can see they have different stats. Strength, intelligence and charisma. So let's send the envoy. Send an item. Guess we prepare the defenses there. Let's send an envoy to the undermarket. Can make some money, a random basic item. Well, their stats are too low, so I guess I'll just fail the dice roll. But he got 1 strength permanently. It's kind of nice because as you can see you can level up your little minions easily. Okay, you can also remove the lantern cards if you don't like them. Extreme deal. No way. I don't want to lose max favor because I want to be able to keep a lot of it. Perk and the random wound. How does this one work? Oh, they begin already tired. That's horrible. More damage against weak points. It always will have 4 barrier. Station. Oh, that's actually good. So this is how we gain the perks for the units. If they don't gain any combat experience, it's going to be rough. The hardest part of the game is actually making your unit stronger, as you saw. You also have some artifacts over here. I try to get more artifacts, but they really don't help me that much. Power threads. Hitting attack and feeling stagger, impossible construct. Miracle card. These are single-use cards, as you can see. Well, this would have been useful in the beginning. Probably Meteor Rain would be the useful one. So I guess you have to focus on getting a lot of single-use cards and items so you are better prepared for the defensive phase. Molten Triarch and Molten King. Yeah, this is a last cause anyway, because we'll have no chance of defeating these guys. Yeah, but this is the game. I guess I never understand the idea behind it. Wow. Oh, this is not even the boss. This is just a normal combat. But I don't really have a chance of winning anyway. But I guess we'll get to see the Meteor Rain. Somehow I thought that would be more impressive. And the cliff only applies to the frontline units. And The barrier is quite strong, as you see. Some of them will directly attack the barrier. Wish I had more. One of the other issues is that the enemies will continuously add cards to your hand sometimes. Which means you need to be very, very careful repositioning them. So at least we don't take a lot more damage. I like all of the animations. Dagger and smite. Okay, let's finish this combat and then I'll end the video. I'm playing this game in a very, very rushed way, so you only see the fun stuff. By the way, all of their attacks are randomized unless they attack the tower. Units in the guard zone. Yeah, that's kind of an annoying card as well. We'll win this combat, it's not so bad. I do wonder what can you do against some of these cards. The game might seem unfair, but that's because we don't know all of the elements of the game, we haven't unlocked many of the things, we haven't been properly taking care of our troops. Yeah, the knights are definitely one of the best units to tank, but they don't really do a lot of damage. Playable, okay. But that armor on the knights is amazing. What size improvement? Interesting, I didn't know you can get this as well. Overdrive, while volley. Yeah, I don't like the lances. The lances are so hard to use. Veteran recruits. Oh, interesting. Wait, did I lose all of my army units? I guess I did lose all of them. Oh, why are they locked? Oh, I guess because these are rare, or these are veteran units and only these are basic units. So now they have 5 arbalests. You can see the unit size over here. And I guess all of the cards scale based on how many you have. Interesting gameplay design. I guess it's much harder to learn the game than I initially thought. Okay, that's Ava's Mercy. I guess this is how we revive them. Full health. That's a bit annoying, I guess, because they don't really tell you this, and that's why. Okay. So this is just learning the game. The game is very gamey, meaning you need to learn to play all of its effects. Useless charm. Just finger. We definitely need to collect more favor. We need to take better care of our units and definitely be more careful what upgrades we give them and how we use them. Let's try some of the more random events. Leave him to his fate. Oh, so now we have the money, okay. So I might have spent my money on useless stuff like some artifacts that were not really useful. Miasma 2. Oh, no thank you. So I guess after you get your basic units done, just have to hope for the best. Let's see how the enemy looks like and... Oh wow, I like the creature design. Molter Matriarch, Molter King. I guess that's that. So this is how the game is. I'll do a let's play of the game because this was an amazing run, even if I lost so much. Let's what happens when I lose the game completely. The miasma consumes all. First score is 800. That's not bad for my first run. When I played the demo, I had a much harder time understanding what's happening. Dauntless. Oh, I unlocked a new unit. I think. Oh, okay. Here, Rogue. That's great. The commander. Oh, wow. I guess it's only one unit, so it's not going to do a lot of damage, but I like the idea behind the commander. Warcry. Basically like a buff unit. Turn with emergency power on, allowing you to use the market immediately. That's great. Some new cards as well. Oh, we almost unlocked that one. So as you can see, we have different vaults. You have the Votive, the Guild, the Sacrosanct, Electro Cannon, Guard Arbalist. Interesting. So I guess that's the whole idea. You will unlock more stuff for each vault and then you can play with a new vault. Combat cards, flow. So that uses flow, that uses command. I think I'll max out this one and then I'll play with another one. I guess you should look at what the requirements are to unlock something. You can also deactivate them, that's interesting. Oh, if I had learned another card, I could have had the Torch Bearer, Kindling. So the Vanguard, I guess this will make them better. Yeah. So I need to soak hits on the Vanguard with armor or barrier. I have to jolt the Dauntless. Okay. Draft 5 Arbalist combat cards, okay. I like it, so I also have to play around with the rune effects and some of the other stuff. This game is great, I cannot wait until I start my let's play today. See you next time, bye bye.